Ed Lozinski, President of Union Council League. I really don't know where to begin to start with the layoff that we're having. We went back in June of 2011 for negotiations. Then we knew we had a deficit. We were asked for concessions then to negotiate. We once asked again about Music Fest, the free concerts in the park, to consider taking them away and save jobs. We again asked in September. We just received an answer, I believe, 2 weeks ago, that they are doing away with Rhythm and Blues and Music Fest. The savings of $1.2 million, I believe it said. I was told prior to that that all the concerts in the parks, including Music Fest and Kids Kingdoms, were only $1.1 million budgeted. So I'm trying to figure out how you say $1.2 million by closing 2 and not closing them all and stopping them all for the year. I think the Freeholder board drug their feet on this one. I think that should have been one of the first things cut. I think people's jobs and livelihoods should come before a free concert that probably more people outside the county enjoy more than people inside the county at our tax dollar. Here I hold 135 layoffs in my hand, an additional 24 from the first round. I do have the biggest union, about 800 members. I'm also taking the biggest hit. We are also the least paid union in the county that people see on a daily basis out there working. As a layoff, I could see cuts. As the privatization, I don't like it, because then people will not come back. If the county does want to privatize parks and runs, we ask that whoever they get the contractor in, ask them employees for jobs first, not to give them the outside people. Another question I have is, what is the savings on the privatization? I still haven't seen a piece of paperwork on any savings on a privatization part. I have no idea what it is. Is the county saving 100,000, $500,000, $1 million? I have no clue. We've been asking for this because I know they had somebody come up, I think it was December, January looking. I don't know if that company came in too low. I don't even know if they had another company coming yet. So my thing is, if that company came in too low and they're looking for other companies, why put a layoff on people that you don't even know if you're going to save money on yet? The union should be entitled to have that. You know, when you're making that decision of people's livelihoods and people's families, and I have nothing in my hand to state the savings that you would have by privatizing apartments, I just can't understand it. You know, it's baffled me. You know, again, it's 135 people. I'm getting hit with 159 layoffs in Council League. Parks and Rec, I understand, corrections, we're all taking, but there's only 7 unions, I believe, that are getting hit. Of course, I'm getting hit the hardest because we're the biggest. Out of them 159, adding the vacancies, I'm at like 180 for loss. You know, to me, I don't know how I can function as a union anymore. It seems like it's more union busting than anything because we keep getting hammered the little guy. It's always hammer the little guy, hammer the little guy. You know, there were raises given out back in December for promotions. I think they should have held them. They should have held them if they were in a deficit. We got people working out of title every day doing more than one job. Nobody's giving them a raise. Nobody's getting them a promotion title. You know, so, and then you come to us and ask us for 3 days payback when we're getting hit with the state mandated percentage for the medical in January. We're getting hit again in July. We're willing to take the 0 the first year of our contract because everybody else did. I was not fighting on that. You're asking for give backs on my contract of a little bit of uniform allowance, shift differential. My people can't absorb all that cost. They won't be able to live. There's got to be another way. I think it should cut more of the fat and leave the working guy alone for a change. Thank you.
Good evening again. I'm Renee Wilder, President CWA Local 1080. I represent workers that are social workers, caseworkers, and clericals for the Union County Division of Social Services, County Welfare. We service clients that are poor, that are homeless, and they come to us for help, and we help them. We are very understaffed and overworked. So the county granted us more workers. We got a new class, October 24th. And then we are told last month in February that you have a deficit. But we were also told that you knew about it last year. Why we approved to get a new training class of 17 people, Last year, October 24th, when you knew that you were going to have a problem with money, 2012. We're not understanding that. So now the class, they're going to be out the door, they're going to be laid off, some of them are provisional, waiting to take a test, so they're going to be just let go. And then we have workers that are left that are not going to be able to do our jobs. We are not going to be able to service the poor people, the homeless people of Union County. Can you please explain to us, the workers here from Union County Division of Social Services, how you give us a job, and then 5 months later you take it away, and then those of us that are left there to do the job of the people that have gone, how are we going to do this? How are we going to do our job for the citizens of Union County?
Good evening. My name is Rochelle Manuel. I'm from Union County. I'm a lifelong resident of Union County. I have participated not only as a staff person, but as a volunteer. When you have Code Blue, I'm one of those people who are out there at 12 o'clock at night, rounding up homeless people to put them in shelters. So I serve in many capacities in Union County. I'm one of the people that are being affected by this layoff. But this is my second layoff. I was laid off about a year and a half ago. They called me back in October, and now I'm being laid off again. It's not fair. As soon as I start to get ahead, I'm face back down. I'm one of the people that need the job. I represent a class that came in October with promises of a job. We're all going to be let go. Just let go like that. What are we going to do? That's one of my questions. My second question is, if you knew you were going to have a layoff, if you knew you were in trouble, why did you start the class in October? Doesn't make sense. I need some answers. I'm being affected. It's a great hardship on me and my family. I've been a taxpayer. I'm a homeowner. I have to worry about my mortgage and foreclosure. I need assistance. Not only me, but everybody that I brought that came in that class with me.
Good evening, board, fellow union members, members of the community. I thank you for hearing us this evening. My name is Tina Marie Lopez, and I am an employee at Union County Social Services. I am an assistant supervisor there. When I started as a worker, I started 5 years ago. I worked my way up from a secretary into a worker position, into an assistant supervisor's position, with the promise that Union County was a secure employer, an employer of my family, an employer of my friends. But more so than even speaking about our own financial abilities, I ask you, when you make this decision to lay people off, to consider the community that we service. My first year as a worker, a young couple came to me, both 19 years old. They had a baby that was in Trinitas. The baby's heart was failing. They did not have medical insurance. Both were employees of Walmart, working to try and start a family and raise them together. I expeditiously worked on this case. I made sure that I stayed after hours, during lunch hours, above and beyond to try and help this family as much as we could to get them the Medicaid services that they would need so that their baby could survive. I tell you this because about a year ago, I was in Pathmark in Linden because I am a resident of Union County, going and raised. And a couple came up to me with a 4-year-old little girl. And that 4-year-old little girl survived. And she was able to survive because she was able to get expeditious services, because we had adequate staffing to service her, to service that family. I know it's important to look at all aspects of a budget, and I'm sure you're doing that. We don't deny that. But I ask that when you consider layoffs of people, especially at social services, that you consider who is being affected, that you consider the young family with the poor child that might not have made it had they had to wait 4 months for Medicaid services to kick in, or for food stamps to be on their table, to have a secure home to bring that child home to rear that child in, so that they can be educated in Union County, become production members of Union County, and perhaps someday even a staff member of Union County. Thank you very much.
Good evening, Freeholders, County Manager. Marissa Taylor, Corrections Officer, Elizabeth Resident. I would just like to know in June, how many correction officers will actually be laid off. And the escape did happen because we were understaffed and overworked. There's already mandatory overtime, well, I want to say forced overtime. I don't see any officer doing double shifts 5 days a week and another escape not happening. That's all.
Thank you.
Somebody help with the mic.
Can I go like that?
Sure.
I'm used to being short. My name is Joanne Cucci-Turbid. I'm a member of CWA Local 1080. Operations President Renee Wallace spoke right before me. I have a two-part question. First, I work for the Welfare Board, and my question is, like all the other unions, we gave up 2 years without any raises to help with the deficit years ago, 4 years ago when we did our contract. So what kind of savings was generated from that we gave up without getting any raises for the contracts? Secondly, we're the Welfare Board and we're federally funded in quite a lot of our programs. We get money back for various things we do, like food stamps, family care, services. My question to you is, how much money is the Welfare Board actually gets money back from the federal government? What is our actual money received in terms of operating costs for the programs we do, our block grants and our spendings? If we lose our staff, we're not going to be able to keep up with that. We're going to actually lose money, be fined for not doing our programs in time. People are going to not be serviced properly. It's going to be a mess. But I'm asking you, how much money does the state get, the county get from the federal government for our services?
Thank you.
Good evening, Brandon Thomas from Raleigh, New Jersey. I represent Ronald's Hospital employees unofficially. We're the workers, all right? We keep that place running. We're being attacked with the layoffs. When are you gonna lay off the guys that sit in the back, do absolutely nothing all day, get paid $90,000, you know, that sit around, smoke cigarettes, drink coffee all day, do nothing? I'm in there every single day, busting my tail, making sure my job is done correctly. Freeholder Estrada, I work on the wing where your mother is kept every single day. I watch the CNAs, I watch those girls bust their tails every day to make sure your mother's okay. I'm part of that team on 1 West that keeps that unit spick and span, free of germs, free of any problems, so your mother won't have any more ailments. We need to be protected. The people that are making $90,000 to do absolutely nothing are the ones that need to be on the layoff block, not us, all right? I don't agree with anybody losing their job. I understand you guys got a job to do. You guys got to balance your budget. I may not know much. I'm not a college graduate or anything like that. I'm not politically connected or anything. I'm just a proud parent of 3 children. I'm a prideful worker. I make sure I get up and do my job to the best of my ability to keep it, okay? Just said outside to my buddy, It scares me that I have to come to this point to fight for a job, not because of production, but because somebody wants to take it from me. So, on behalf of my fellow employees at Reynolds, don't lay us off, all right? Thank you.
Hi, good evening, Chairman and all freeholders. My name is Albert Hendricks, Plainfield, New Jersey. I am also an employee at Reynolds Specialized Hospital. I have been an employee at Reynolds Specialized Hospital for the last 19 years. I work in the activity therapy department, and most of you that are sitting there know exactly what we do. Okay? We serve your mother, your father, your sister, your brother. We work in a capacity that the nurses do not work, that the doctors do not do. We serve the residents at Reynolds Specialized Hospital in a way that when they are withdrawn from their environment, we have to go and convince them that you can trust us because life is still worth living. It's not a good thing when you experience a resident come up to you, as one did today, and since they have heard that several of us in the department that I work in was being laid off, they cried. What did that do? That pushed that resident further back into that corner that we worked so hard to get them out of. It's sad. Yes, I understand the pressure that you're under. I've been there. I know what it is to have to deal with the layoff and balance of budget. But when you're talking about the life of a person who have lived and gave their life so that we can do what we do, and then you're going to take away the things that they depend on to exist today, it's unfair. Yes, I feel for me, and I'll address that, but it's unfair to them to have to be put in that position. If it was your mother, your father, your uncle, you, your child, that was placed in a facility such as Reynolds, that is being attacked from all angles, it's unfair. It's unfair to them. Because when you go to visit your parent, or your sister, or your brother, up at Reynolds, and they're smiling, you're happy. Because in the first place, you didn't want to put them there. But being they are there, you would hope and pray that when you do visit them, they're not sitting in a corner with urine all over them, sitting in a corner crying because they're scared to death. All right? You would hope when you do go to visit your loved one that they are saying, "Ma, son, daughter, I am having a wonderful time. I'm going to play bingo, I'm going on a trip, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this, I'm doing that." If it was me, I would hope that my loved one would be able to come to me and say that when I come to visit them. Because I entrusted my mother, my father, to this facility. You can go throughout the country. You will not find a facility that gives what we give at Reynolds Specialized Hospital. You won't find it. And that's from the janitor to the cook to the bus driver to housekeeping to activity therapy. We work hard. We work hard to see that your loved one, whatever time God has given them to relive, to make them happy. 19 years, I can go through Reynolds myself within 5 minutes and find almost $600,000 within 5 minutes. In my department, okay, me being the senior person with time, 19 years. They just hired 2 individuals Not even 3 months ago, but I'm getting laid off. Go figure. Then there's a position in our department that was created. Go figure. I got 19 years. 19 hard years. I walked in that building for 19 years, not looking at it as a job, even though it was my job. I looked at it as, if this was my mother, if this was my father, how would I want them to be treated? I love those residents, and they love me.
All right, thank you, I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Mary Arfel, and I work for the Division of Social Services, and I thank everyone for letting me speak. I have a simple solution. I think that all of you should give up your salary for 1 year, or maybe that's make it half your salary for 1 year. Because this is your part-time position, this is not a full-time job. So why don't you think about giving up half your salary for the year, and that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Okay, is there anyone else that can speak?
Pat Machete, New Product. Recently I read the laws of the Union County, about 280-page document that's on the Freeholder website. I'm interested in government, how it works. There's one section called County Manager, and it's a very unusual symbol, but I'll say it's section 125. And it says salary. County manager salary may not be lowered during the tenure in office without consent of the county manager. Say it again. Without consent of the county manager. In my eyes, Chairman Navarro, it's as if I'm a parent and I gave my son $10 allowance every year, every week. And then I say to my son, Brian, things are tough. I only give you $8 from now on. And if I had the same type of text in my arrangement with my son, I would have to say, Brian, can you please take only $8 instead of $10? To me, that is totally unreasonable for the person providing the money. I have no idea how the freeholders would ever put something in your document that supports something like that. It is totally crazy, in my opinion. So what I would suggest that after you have your budget crisis calms down, you look at section 125, and you think about that, how you want to go forward. Do you want to be the leaders of the county, or do you want some person who's working for you to tell you when he or she wishes to change their salary? Okay? It just seems crazy. The second thing is I was a little surprised when the gentleman over here mentioned that he walked down the halls in Reynolds and could see $600,000 of savings. If I was the people up front, I would have jumped up and said, let's meet you after this meeting, let's see what they are. You just sat there and said, thank you for talking. $600,000 worth of things that may not impact service at all, and no one's saying anything good or different. The gentleman's been there for 19 years, he knows what's going on. He can tell you maybe how to do it, how to save $600,000 without losing services, without losing things, and maybe saving some of those layoffs. The last thing is the concerns of office of the county clerk. It's not a big thing, but I think it's symbolic of what's going on in the county. I asked for the election calendar that the office of the county clerk puts out every year. And I went on the website and they asked for one. Okay? One was good, that's all I need. So I was sent through the mail 4 of them with a cost 4 times as much as one would be. So the county tax is paying things that I didn't want to do something that I didn't need. And if you just magnify these by thousands and thousands and thousands of transactions, they add up to a janitor's job. They add up to a custodian's job, a bus person's job, whatever the case may be. So in my small way, as a taxpayer of the county, I wish to give trees, collection, things back, so they can give it to someone else. They don't have to resend
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I appreciate you doing that. Send a note to the county clerk to just let her know. Okay. Anyone else wish to speak?
My name is Joe Paprosky from Roselle Park. I'm the president of the Park Maintenance Unit. Today I received that 12 of my members are getting laid off. Last week I got it for 3 of the members getting laid off, which is 15 total. We have a lot of dedicated employees, which takes care of the parks. We have stable workers, painters, carpenters, plumbers, tree climbers, masons, electricians, like I said, park maintenance, and they're dedicated. They take care of the parks. Losing 15 members is going to put a burden on them. I know the one department, horticulture, which are, they take care of the flowers throughout the county. They're going to be down to 3 workers, which is going to be a burden on them, and also it's going to make the, flowers and everything look not as good as it's been. I know you guys have a tough job, but if you could reconsider and try to save as many jobs you can, we would appreciate it. And I thank you for letting me speak on behalf of Park Maintenance.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Lisa Bullock. I work at Reynolds Specialized Hospital. I live in Painesville, New Jersey. My question is, they're saying this is rumors between housekeeping, dietary, and laundry, that this is where the layoffs are going to be. I just want to know, why are we starting with people that actually take care of the patients? We are the ones that actually take care of the patients. We are known for our patient care at Reynolds. Nobody's saying anything about the stuff at the top. Everybody's talking about the little people that actually do the work. Without us, Reynolds would not be the same. I mean, as far as taking a cut, I mean, I don't make 6 figures. I'm not related to a freeholder. I don't know a freeholder. I mean, I would be willing to take a cut, but let's start at the top before we start laying off people. We need to find a solution. I don't know if we have ever negotiated a solution. I would be willing to take a cut in pay, but I think it should start at the top. The people that's making 6 figures, take a cut and then go down to save jobs. Thank you.
Okay, is there anyone else who's going to speak? Fair warning?
Good evening, everyone. I work for the county also. I heard about the layoff, the on-site and board that you said, and they gave us a number. I want to know, why can't we go back into helping you guys, give us the opportunity to negotiate, give us the option to say, let's do furlough, let's buy furlough. You make money out of it, well, help save some jobs. Give us the option to buy sick days. That way we'll buy it, we use it. I mean, you're gonna need us to work there and make up the time, but give us the option to negotiate with you guys. Don't just tell us we're gonna eliminate titles without coming to the table and really negotiate and looking at different options. And listening to the story with Ronald, it really gets to me because I had a fellow member that I took care of things done. They need their jobs too. People who aren't on Ronald's working, I feel your pain because you need good people to take care of your fellow family members. All of us make a team. We can't do it without you guys, and you can't do it without us. We service the public. The public need us. When we're there and they see our faces, we work with them, we make them feel comfortable. They're going through hardship. Some of them are going through domestic violence. And when they have hardship at home, they don't have the income to take care of their family. So here comes a happy face. We're happy to serve the public. I've been with Union County 24 years. It makes a difference when you love your job and you do it and you want to do it well.
So give us the option to say, hey, I'll give up further. I'll buy 10 days from you and I'll work 5. Give us the option to negotiate. Give us something. That just sounds you're going to limit us. Everyone needs their job, including you guys. You get elected every time. By me too. So give us the opportunity to negotiate. Just don't not listen to us. Come back with numbers. Please.
All right, thank you.
Good evening, board. My name is Kim Langina from Linden, New Jersey. I also work for Union County Social Services, and we're very proud to be an employee there, an employee by the county. 9 years ago, I started there, and 3 years ago, when the economy took a downside, we were there for individuals that were actually coming in. They were good citizens. They had jobs. They had homes. They had cars. Now they were losing everything. Their unemployment benefits ended, and we were their last hope. We were that thread. A lot of our coworkers that we worked together, we stayed past 7 hours as required. We worked very hard together to get cases through, to serve the people, to be there for them. The question I have for you, who is going to be there for us? When we're all laid off, over 200 of us, who's going to be there at social services for us? You're not going to have the same dedicated staff because there's not enough staff there to service the clients. A lot of us contribute. If you even lay off 35 of us in the social services, that's 1,000 man-hours per week. Who's going to process those cases? Who's going to be there? Those clients depend on us. And I truly invite all of you to be there the first of the month to fully see our operation, how we handle the people, and the dedication. Thank you very much.
Okay, is there anyone else who wishes to speak?
I just want to say, I implore you all to look at the numbers again and allow us to negotiate something. I work in Reynolds Hospital, I work in the dietary department, and I just don't understand why are the people allowed to retire and come back? That's money there that can be saved, you know. We all need our job. Just like you all need your job. We need to put food on our tables for our family also. So I'm just imploring you to look at it again and just come back with some numbers. Because, like I said, we need our jobs. Housekeeping need their jobs, dietary need their jobs, laundry need their jobs. Everybody in here needs their job. You know, so I just ask you to look at this again.
Is there anyone else?
Hi, my name is Simone. I live in Plainfield, and I work at Reynolds in the dietary department. We have 6 managers in our department. We had 1 manager retired, assistant. He was the assistant manager. No, he was the assistant director. He retired. So I'm a part-timer. You guys, my boss has cut us 3 days a week already for the past maybe 3 to 4 months. But then you hire another assistant director, and she's making $70,000. We already have 6 managers. And you're talking about saving money? How can you save money? I have a family just like you do. I'm already being cut 3 days. So how do you expect to lay people off, cut their hours, then lay them off? And then you don't give us no real notice? That's not a real notice to me, when you knew these cuts was coming. So at least you say, okay, 5 months, it may be some layoffs. But nobody said, my department head didn't say anything. He didn't even come, everybody else's department head said, well, look, this is what it's made be. My department head said anything. My department head comes in at 6 o'clock and leaves at 12. And he makes over 100 grand. Okay? So how can you say you're saving money? Where are you saving money at? Where? They got 2 people up there blowing balloons up, making $45,000. I could get my son to do that for volunteer. So where are you saving the money? Where? I'm just not seeing it. You department, what's that, maintenance? They got 4 people working in that department, but got 5 managers. Come on, where is the money being saved? Where? I'm just not seeing it. I'm not seeing it at all. And you want to lay everybody off? Why? Y'all not being laid off. All y'all got your jobs, y'all got your homes, your mortgages, car notes, county manager, drinking, get caught drinking.
Ma'am,
But I'm just being honest, I'm being honest with you. I'm just expressing my opinion. I have the right to express my opinion. The county manager gets caught drinking and driving. And you didn't hear nothing else about that? Who paid his lawyer to sweep it under the rug? Come on. But you want to lay me off a part-timer. I've been working almost 10 years. You want to cut my hours 3 days a week? And I got a new manager making 70 grand. My head department making almost 100 grand. We got 6 managers. Come on. What y'all saving? Y'all not saving no money. Y'all just throwing us a bunch of BS, really. It is. It is.
Absolutely.
I was hired in May 2011. When I was hired, my coworker said, it's great, we have more people to do the job. I'm there scheduled from 8:30 to 4:30. I stay after, no pay, no nothing, to make sure the people of this community get the things they need. But when I get laid off, and I start getting unemployment, I don't have my medical. Where am I supposed to go? What am I supposed to do? Then you already knew that you had a problem with your finances. So you let my class come in, 16 people. Okay, that's fine. We still have medical issues. We have money issues. That's fine. Then you hire another class with another group of 16 people. Now they don't have no job. What are they supposed to do? In addition to me, in addition to all these people that bust their butt every single day, the people at run who bust their butt every single day. But it don't matter to y'all. Just let them on. But y'all still got jobs. Y'all still got medical issues. We'll be hooked up.
I just want to ask you all.
Speak already, Madam Mayor. Did you have an opportunity to speak already on this?
No, I haven't. No. I just want to ask all of you on the board, do you stand by what you're saying? Do you stand by what's on your websites and your letters? For those on the panel, you know who you are, who I'm speaking to. You said this year that you would increase the activities for the youth, the disabled, and the senior citizens. I'm speaking especially for the senior citizens. I work at Runners also, and I work in the activities department. I'm an activity service aide, where you took all the activity service aide jobs. You took them all away. You have, and you know who I'm talking to up there. Read your pages, read your websites. You have on your website that you're going to increase the activities for the senior citizens. But isn't that kind of contradictory, because you are not increasing, you are actually decreasing, and you're actually decreasing the quality care of the residents also of Further Specialized Housing. So I just want to ask you again, do you stand by what you say? These people out here had something to do with putting you there.
Excuse me. I was up here before. I am from Union County. I work for the county. I'm a fraud investigator now with Union County. I go to people's homes. I see how our clients live. I go to their homes. I see they have no food. We see what these people deal with. We see how they're living. We lose our staff. It's going to be worse than it was before. It's going to be horrible for these people. I started with the county 19 years ago as a worker. My caseload at that time was maybe 150 clients. People are talking about the amount of work they do, but we don't have, you guys don't have a number to it. I'm going to give you a number. Our average workers have a 600 client caseload. 600 people that we know of. That's not counting the family care, which we get every day off the website, through the mail, through walk-ins, and at the hospitals. We have a phenomenal amount of people in this county who are poor, who rely on us. As it is now, these workers barely can get the work done. They come in at 7:30 in the morning and stay till 7:30 at night on their own time, doing this work. And you can't even imagine how many clients you're seeing when you have 600 clients per person. We're looking to lose 12 people right off the bat. That's 600 times 12. Who's going to take care of these people? These workers can't do it as it is now. We're not going to have to worry about people getting services. We won't have the manpower to do it. No one's going to be talking about them not getting in 6 months. They'll be lucky to get in a year. We have lines outside of the building every day. 40 and 50 and 50 clients, new clients every day. It is this economy, which of course we're facing now also because of the problems with the county, is horrible. And we see the people who are suffering from it. And we do the services for them. Like we said, we're not even eligible for the half of the services once we get laid off. But I don't know how the poor of this community are going to be able to take care of their children, feed them. Children can die because of what's happening. We don't have the manpower to do the medical so people can go to the hospital. Our cuts can kill people. That's a reality. That's a face. People are not going to eat. People are not going to get their services. Domestic violence people are not going to be taken care of. There's going to be hardship, there's going to be pain, and there's going to be death. And that's all I can say. And I'm sorry, I really think you guys need to reevaluate this, look at it, and see where else money can be taken. But it shouldn't be taken out of the souls and the hearts of the poor of this county.
My name is Jacqueline Bohan. I work with social services. I am an assistant supervisor, and I work at the front desk. I can't even tell you what it's like at our building. As Joanne just said, the amount of applications that are coming in are staggering. It is unbelievable. I invite each and every one of you to come at about 8 o'clock in the morning and see the line down the block. And with layoffs, we are never going to be able to complete this work. We have deadlines. We have a 30-day deadline to get an application completed. We will never make these deadlines. We're not making them now. We're not making them now. It's anywhere between 30 to 60 days. At this point, it's going to be 90 and but like I said, I invite each and every one of you to come to our office and just see what we go through every day. And that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Okay, does everybody have an opportunity to speak?
My name is Diana Vieira. I was hired October 24th of 2011, and I was just told I'll be out of a job. I was there 4 months. I have a 2-year-old, and I please ask for you guys to rethink and negotiate with us in order for us to keep our jobs. Thank you.
My name is Stephen Alford. I was employed at Reynolds in 1986. I came there in 19, I've been there for 26 years. I started in housekeeping, worked my way up to new equipment, and I worked up to transportation. I'm just here to speak on, I pray for everybody. I hope everybody keeps their job. I really do. It's a tough situation everybody's in, people at home, everybody. I'm speaking for Reynolds. There's nowhere else that I know in this country that gives the care that goes on at Reynolds Hospital. I know many of you have family members up there. I had my own father there the last 2 weeks of his life. knew that you would kind of care about people. I don't know what the answer is. I'm not a politician, I'm just a worker. I know there must be something that we can do as workers, and you can do as elected officials, that we can meet at some common ground to save these jobs. There must be a place. There must be a place. And my father always told me, he said that if you think something is not going to come your way, just keep living. And it does. And I was there 20 years ago when we had layoffs. Everybody gave up no raises. We gave up no raises for like 2 or 3 years and stopped the layoffs. So I know there must be something. And I'm praying for you guys, I'm praying for my workers, and I hope that we can come to some kind of agreement that we can keep everybody. Thank you.
Thank you for letting me speak. Last time I was in this room, I'm Matt Pisano. I'm a painter. Last time I was in this room, I actually wallpapered it. So it's a little shocking to be here fighting for my job. It's a little hard for us workers to swallow all this when we see buildings not being utilized, when you see facilities that were still paying for gas meters and water, new playground equipment when it wasn't needed, new picnic tables when it wasn't needed, $50,000 hybrid trucks fully loaded. It's time that something's got to change here. You know, we could swallow the layoffs if we saw you guys cut. We don't say anything. That's it. It just gets worse and worse. That's a shame. I'm losing my job because I had to change titles when the department changed. I wanted to get my title back. They wouldn't give me my trade title back. So that's why I'm getting cut. I'm here 9.5 years. I'm just trying to make time, get my pension. You can sign me up for the next layoff list in January. I just want my pension. I feel like I stayed here the last 4 years. It's been miserable. I stayed here just for that. Everybody here, I don't know, a lot of people drink, a lot of people take sleeping pills, a lot of people are on Xanax over all the problems that go on here. You just don't see the stress. You guys come to the park on Saturday and it looks beautiful. We're the reason it looks beautiful. I have pictures on my phone. You'd be appalled of what these bathrooms look like when these guys have to go in and clean it, when they have to come in and paint. I'm a painter. The whole county would be ganged up, all graffiti, because that's all we do all day is cover it up. So, I don't know. I want to work with you. You know, I own 2 properties in Union County. I own a business in Union County. You know, it's a shame. It really is a shame. That's all I gotta say. Thank you.
All right, anyone else wish to speak?
My name's Anthony Santos. I work for the County Tree Climber Department. I just want to ask you guys, there's layoffs going on, you're cutting people from the tree department and everything else. Is there anybody else on this board or anything that goes and plays in the playgrounds, takes their kids to the playgrounds in these parks, that have trees that are damaged, where we have to go 60 to 100 feet up in the air, cut the limbs out of the trees so your kids can play in the parks? And the park is shorthanded as it is. There's maybe 6 more guys that can be put on the department. The reservation looks like a nightmare. There's tree limbs hanging everywhere. If you cut people from the department, who's going to take care of it? Who's going to get it cleaned up? When you had a hurricane in October, or in August, we worked countless hours throughout the night with trees falling, power lines down next to us, cleaning up the roads so everybody can go to work the next day. Who's going to take care of it if you cut us? That's all I have to say.
Good evening. My name is Joan Tapia. I work for Union County Board of Social Services. I just wondered if you guys were told about the old folks that needed incentives. You know, probably when you started having financial difficulty, probably last year or whenever it was, that I don't know whether or not you could have done that, but I'm an older person. I've been here over 20 some odd years, and I'm at an age that I'd like to retire myself. And right now, if you could offer that package, I don't know if you have the ability to offer a package or not, now that you're in such difficulties. But that would have been a good idea when you first had the challenges, that if you could have come up with some kind of incentive, I'm sure that a lot of people would have gone away from social services. We do have people over 60 years of age there. And I would be the first one to want that package to get out of there. Also, last year sometime, I do remember that when I first came back, I'm a former president of CWA. When I first came back, I asked Guzzo about giving back the vacation purchase. And the newsletter stated, the Star Editors said that we had saved over $200,000 that year when we first started the vacation purchase. And if we had continued that, we would have been saving, and I think we've been out of that 5 years or so. We would have saved a tremendous amount of money. That first year was like over $250,000 or something for the year. But they cut that out. So I don't understand. We were trying to get the county, the people that we have to negotiate with, to understand that we could have done that. We could have been doing that to save money. And now these newer people that are in the social services, they could stay and they're younger and can do the work. Because now the older people are still sitting there and the younger people going out the door, and that's not fair to them, for them to be going out the door first. Because there are tons of people that have lost their job in Union County and can't find a job. So they're being laid off. There are new groups of people coming in every month that are laid off, can't find anything. And the workers that are there, they work their lunch hour. They work there till 8 or 9 o'clock, and I don't know what time to leave the building, to be honest, because I leave there, try to leave there at 4:30. But they're trying to keep up with the work, and you can't service people because they can't get it done in a 7-hour a day. And that's ridiculous that they're sitting there, and probably if somebody gets hurt, if they fall down and it's after work, chances are they may not even be covered because they're in the building trying to do some work for people that they're trying to help, and they're not covered. We're contracted from 8:30 to 4:30, okay? And, you know, I just need you guys to look at things and find a better way for all of the people here that are trying to you know, work for their community, working for the sick, working for the poor. So just find another way to try to come up with that money. All right? Thank you.
Good evening, County Manager, Chairman, Freeholders. My name is Marvin Coleman, and I am Second Vice President of Council League. I am also on the negotiation team. It is true that we were faced with a layoff notice, but I was wondering how many people on the 6th floor that just walked through the door have gotten a layoff notice or are on the list. And if we receive a list, I'm kind of nervous because I heard all these stories, and I'm really feeling emotional right now. But how many people on the 6th floor that walk through the door, like I've been here over 30 years, so I know how many people walk in and out of the county. How many are they? How many of them are affected by the layoff? Are any of them getting notice? Because they walk in the door making $50, $60, $70, $80, $100,000. They move through here quick. You move from the 6th floor then they get out, the political climate change up here, then they go to another department. They never lose their job, they just move around in different departments. So I'm just asking, who on the 6th floor got a layoff notice? And when we get that list of exclusionaries, are any of their names gonna be on that list? That's my question, and I would like that information when we go back to negotiation. That's all tonight.
Okay, is there anyone else who should speak?
No.
Okay, I'm going to close that portion of the meeting.